Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. You've reached episode number 8 and the name of this episode is Divorce, Prayers, and Spider Scares. Let's just get right into the recap because we're still behind and I need to catch y'all up. From the last scene, everybody's packed and ready to go home. Lauren has joined the group along with Orion, but Lauren is noticeably not wearing her ring. Claire sees it and she is confused by this revelation. Lauren explains that they're facing irreconcilable differences. Orion just says, oh, we just having communication issues or whatever. Well, Lauren expresses frustration that Orion hasn't reciprocated the grace that she's extended him. And Lauren acknowledges her own shortcomings, but feels that she is being treated unfairly that I, for one, am not going to ride on. Because I would have cut Orion off a long freaking time ago. He would not have had the ability to say he wants a divorce from me. So everybody shows up at their temporary residences. They gave the producers, Lifetime, whoever the hell, gave them temporary residences so that it's neutral and, you know, they can bring their own stuff in and make it a home for the both of them. So Emily suggests, she's here with you know who. She's here with Brennan and she's suggesting that, you know, now she just has to fill in the blanks for their living arrangements. And she's discussing household stuff as far as what to bring or whatever. And she asks Brennan if he feels nervous or excited. Brennan expresses excitement, confident in his ability to live with others, and emphasizing that they have mutual respect amongst each other. He mentions, you know, taking morning calls in this temporary place and then going to his house. Excuse me? Going to your house? What do you mean going to your house? I thought you was all about Emily. And in fact, in one of these recaps I did, it might be the last one, you were all about her. And now you're saying you want to not move in together right away? Go home? Brennan, you're annoying. So did you fake all this emotion all this time? Oh my God, you're such a liar. Why are there so many liars on this season is what I want to know. So Emily agrees, but she's slightly confused because she really thought that they were on the same page. So he's over here saying, you know, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to go do that at home, and then we'll reconvene in a few days before moving into the new place. And I'm watching Emily and she's agreeing, but her body language is saying she doesn't agree. But she reluctantly agrees. She felt caught off guard, like I said, and she assumed that everything was A-okay. Now Brennan is coming left field with this, oh, I don't want to move in right away thing. And, you know, in my opinion, the producers or whoever the hell's in charge of this show, y'all, I'm not saying kidnap these adults and make them, but you need to put in the contract, you guys are not allowed to go home. Because y'all are taking the coward's way out. I mean, is this the face of a woman that agrees with what her husband is saying? It doesn't look so to me. Now, I don't know how Emily did it, but somehow she remains faithful. And she remains hopeful. That's the other word I was thinking of. That word almost flew out of my head. But she remains hopeful about the situation, even though Brennan doesn't want to move in right away. Okay, girl, keep the hope alive. So Brennan's reasoning for wanting space, they spent 24/7 together, so much time together, and it drained him. After a week, I mean, I think you guys only had a week over there on honeymoon, and you are drained after a week. Alrighty then, Brennan. You're a freaking, you're a fake, you're a phony, you're a, what else? A charlatan, a liar. I can think of other words. I'm sure those words will come up in other future episodes. I'm just saying. Brennan says that he wants a break to evaluate his feelings before moving in together. And like I said, Emily is very puzzled, and so are we. So Cameron sees this as the start of a new chapter and hopes that they both can be authentic. Claire shares her excitement, but she admits to feeling nervous about living with someone for the first time, basically due to the unknown. Cameron, who has experienced difficulties in a previous living situation with a girlfriend and her entire mother freaking family, which is freaking crazy. That's wild. I can't even imagine. He says he's less nervous. Okay. He says, if anything, he's concerned about potentially annoying Claire, which he will, because he's very annoying sometimes. Cameron's the type of person that just wants to see how it goes, just see how it goes and go with the flow. And Claire is not that type of person. And she says, no. That's not the right way to go about it. We need to communicate, and that'll be the best way to navigate our living together. So Lauren and Orion like their new place, and despite Orion initially expressing uncertainty about the marriage, he later flip-flops on the plane ride back and says now he's willing to work on it. Now he's willing to do a full reset. And Lauren is cautiously hopeful. I don't know why, girl. Sometimes you need to just give up. Give it up and turn it loose, like that In Vogue song, okay? And I'm not singing it because I'm hoarse. He acknowledges the back and forth nature of their conversations and says they basically need to talk to an expert, and they agree to spend a few days apart to, get some clarity. Both of them express a desire to work on the relationship. Orion is feeling hopeful. Yeah, right. But he emphasizes that they need space before committing to living together. Now we're here with Becca and Austin. Becca asks Austin how the situation with the chores were with his roommate. They discuss potential challenges. Austin claims to be clean, and he's expecting an easy transition when it comes to them living together. And Becca anticipates growing pains, but looks forward to dedicated time together. This is Emily. She's waking up all alone. I can't think of any songs. Living all alone. Phyllis Hyman. Anyway, so she says she was tired, so she really just went to sleep. Now we're doing the couple house visits, and Emily visits Brennan's place. She thinks it'll bring them closer and foster excitement about moving in together. Brennan is enjoying some time alone. He plans to reevaluate the living situation in a few days. Emily senses that something is off, but she's unsure what happened. Brennan didn't visit Emily's place. Interesting. And Claire visits Cameron's place, and she tries Vegemite, and she hated it. And she appreciates that Cameron's place reflects his personality. She sees his trophies, his mountaineering equipment, and she's like, wow, you never told me this stuff. And he's like, because you never asked, okay. And they look forward to creating a shared space together. In Claire's apartment, Cameron discusses this broken bike, her dog Lenny not liking him. Cameron is open to any religion, while Claire is Catholic, and she values her faith. They navigate their differences, with Claire emphasizing, listen, you can be whatever you want to be, but I'm faithful. So Becca visits Austin's spacious place that he shares with his roommate, which is weird because he's been sharing this space with her for a long time. Austin tried to pull that, maybe we need to go to our respective places kind of thing too, because he's like, we're not out of our lease yet, and Austin, there are ways of getting out of leases. How much is it to get out of your lease? Is it like $7,000, $5,000, $4,000? Because I can see you trying to stay if it's $4,000. But and I know you don't want to leave your roommate high and dry, but you did know that you did enter into a real marriage, and you did know that you wasn't gonna live separately from her, didn't you? But anyway, Becca says, you know what? Why don't you move to my place after your lease expires? And he's like, good deal. Now we're back with Lauren, another roller coaster ball of confusion, okay? And if I knew the words to Ball of Confusion by the Temptations, I promise you I would sing it. I listen to it every day, but I don't know the words, okay? But anyway, Lauren expresses confusion over Orion's flip-floppiness. Orion basically sent her a text message that says, you know what? I changed my mind again. I want a divorce. I'm willing to go through the process, but I don't want to continue the marriage. What the hell does that mean? What does that mean, Orion? Lion, Orion, Onion, whatever the hell everybody wants to call him. I call him Lion because he stay lying. Why is you always lying? You're not attracted to Lauren. I'm going to tell you why and tell you how I know. If you were attracted to Lauren and she was your type and she was the kind of woman that you really wanted to be with, or man, then nothing that happened would have been the end of the marriage. You would have tried to work on the marriage because you would have said, wow, this person's attractive. I want to grow with this person, blah, blah, blah. But because you don't find her attractive, you were willing to cut this marriage off completely. And the only thing I wish, because I'm not trying to fault him for wanting a divorce. If he wants a divorce, fine. What the issue is that he kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you felt you could not forgive that very first time that she said what she said, you should have just called for a divorce, left it at that, and let us never see you on the show again. I, for one, am tired of seeing your motherfucking face in every episode. Okay? I'm tired. If you don't want to deal with it, I don't want to deal with you, and I'm tired of seeing you, Orion. Okay? I'm sick of you. Honestly. So Emily and Brennan meet with Pastor Cal, who notices that Brennan is emotionally closed off. And Emily expresses concern and mentions Brennan's reluctance to move in together. So Pastor Cal asks if Brennan feels invested in this marriage. Brennan hesitates a little bit. Brennan admits to feeling a lack of romantic connection and doesn't know how to address it. Emily acknowledges her attraction, but she's uncertain about this situation. She doesn't know what the hell's going on. So Brennan, you basically lied all those weeks, basically. Because now the real you's coming out. You done took your mask off, buddy. You really had no attraction from the day that you guys got married, but you wanted to save face. Now you're just letting it all hang out, huh? You know, you used to be good looking to me. You're not good looking to me anymore. Okay, you're just ugly. Ugly. Because you don't treat people like that. You know, the best thing that you could have done is you could have communicated with her, hey, you know, I'm not really feeling this too much. Please, you know, I know you don't want to hurt people's feelings and you don't want to ruin the honeymoon, but I mean, you're ruining the rest of her time here. So what's the difference between you ruining the honeymoon and you ruining the rest of her time doing the experiment? Brennan admits to the lack of romantic connection, and Emily acknowledges her attraction, like I just said. But anyway, Brennan confesses he doesn't want to touch her romantically. What? You don't want to touch her romantically? She makes your skin crawl, Brennan. Brennan, you make my skin crawl. You're like a freaking salamander. You're like a freaking lizard. What is wrong with you? A freaking snake. Because with a snake, you just never know what they're going to do. You just never know. There's a reason why there was a serpent in the freaking Garden of Eden. Pastor Cal advises them to let go of their expectations that they had. And he just asks Brennan straight out, are you attracted to Emily? Brennan avoids the question. He said, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Okay. And basically, Brennan, you done told on yourself. You're not attracted to her. You know what I've noticed that I was thinking about today when I was on Reddit? I was on the MAFS Snark subreddit. That's what it's called. I love it. And I was in a thread. I forgot which one. What I've noticed with Married at First Sight, when people say, when it's usually the guys, first of all, it's usually the guys that don't find the women attractive. And I can recall 2 or 3 different seasons of Married at First Sight where the guy just did not like her hair color. He did not want a blonde. He wanted a brunette. Okay, I can think of 3 where it was like the guys clearly don't like blondes. And honestly, I think that is what the thing is here. Is maybe, and it could also be her personality, because bubbly personalities are not for everybody. But he sure faked it all those weeks. But what I really believe, I don't think that he thinks she's ugly or anything. What I think is that he just did not want a blonde. He was looking for somebody who was a brunette. So why didn't you mention this during the damn thing? I mean, when you were being interviewed, why didn't you say, this is a deal breaker for me? This young lady has to have brown or black hair. Y'all are so petty and so stupid. Y'all go into these hardcore marriages and you want to be shallow about how the person looks. If I got into Married at First Sight, I would have no choice but to accept whoever they gave me, whether he has acne, pimples, whatever the hell they gave me. I got to just get over it, because I asked for this. I said when I went into this, I don't need to see the person. Just give me somebody good. And I'm trusting the experts. Okay. So Brennan, I don't know who the hell you are. I feel like you are a brand new person in this 8th episode. And you are a different person. And I don't like it. I really don't like it. So Pastor Cal urges Brennan to explore his emotions deeper. Brennan notes that his cautiousness is because, he's aware of how this thing looks on television. And you're the first person that's ever said that in the history of Married at First Sight, because those other people did not care. I'm not giving you props. I'm just simply saying I've never heard anybody say that. So, here we go again. Pastor Cal asks Brennan, what do you like about Emily? Brennan lists off the qualities that she's open, she's bubbly. So Brennan suggests moving in together to see if the feelings change, or to basically see if anything changes. And both Emily and Pastor Cal agree that discussing feelings is crucial for progress in the marriage. Now we have Dr. Pepper, and she's meeting with Claire and Cameron, and they're talking about physical affection. So Claire and Cameron are navigating this transition pretty well. Cameron acknowledges the struggle during the honeymoon to create a comfortable space for physical intimacy. And they have gotten better with it. I'll see him touching her, put his arm around her, and she's trying to do a little more. But, Claire can only do what she's comfortable doing, okay? And Claire emphasizes that in order for her to do that physical stuff, she has to have an emotional connection first. So Dr. Pepper suggests small gestures, little back pats or something like that, to enhance the physical closeness. She encourages Claire to be more physically expressive. So now we get into a conversation about religion. Cameron shares that he was raised as a Christian, but he was kicked out of the church at 10 years old for speaking out against an injustice. Let's talk about that for 1 second. What a remarkable young man Cameron was, to see something that was wrong in church. Do you know how hard it is to speak out in church as an adult? He was a 10-year-old strong-minded individual. That says a lot to me about his character. I respect him for that. Cameron says he believes in teaching his kids about the complexity of the world. He says religion will not adequately prepare them for the world. And Claire says, I respect your opinion, but I disagree. So Dr. Pepper emphasizes the importance of shared values and ethics, even if there are disagreements on religious beliefs. We're back with Brennan's flip-floppy behind. Why we have so many flip-floppers on this damn season? Tell me why. Tell me why. We have 3 flippy-floppies. I'm gonna let that first one pass because she never even really got married, okay? She did her thing. She wanted to do it, then she doesn't want to do it. Orion wanted to do it, now he don't want to do it. And here we are now with Brennan. He tried to act like he was so attracted, and he really wasn't the entire time. That's gotta hurt more than anything. That would hurt me more than anything to know that you faked attraction. Bro, that's terrible. So you know, after they meet with the experts, they talk to each other. Brennan is here with Emily, and she says that she pretty much agrees with what Pastor Cal said. She acknowledges her own ways that she needs to change. She asks Brennan, you know, I need to know, are you physically attracted to me? Brennan refuses to answer directly. Again, you answered it, and Emily says you just gave your answer by not saying it. Emily insists on the importance of knowing, expressing that you not saying anything hurts more than anything. So Brennan maintains, which is bullcrap, but I'll say it anyway. Brennan tries to say that he's trying to protect her. But fool, you done told us that you're not attracted to her by your actions. So we already know, fool. We already know. But anywho, but he still refuses to say it. So Emily is over here, and this is what she has to say about the situation.
I know, like, this isn't a reflection on me. And, like, I feel like I've always been really confident. Like, I know this, but it still, like, just sucks to, like, deal with.
Brennan is still unsure about his feelings, but he expresses a willingness to try, despite not being 100%. Becca and Austin meet with Pastor Cal to discuss their closeness, and Austin mentioning it was pretty much instantaneous. They haven't had sex yet, as Austin wants to bond on other levels before getting physical. Don't you guys find it kind of funny? And I'm not saying they're not allowed to do this, but I find it very strange that you guys are willing to jump into a marriage, but you're not willing to jump into the bed. I mean, sex is fleeting and marriage is forever, right? Anyway, I'm just saying you're allowed to do that. I'm just saying I find it a little strange, okay? But do what you want to do. They do it all the time on this show. I mean, I've been watching so many years of the show, like, it's nothing new. He's allowed to take his time, all right? Becca wants to get it on, but Austin, she's following his lead, basically. Austin brings up the concerns about their differing religious views, and he describes his faith based on God's love and his caring for others, while Becca emphasizes kindness, understanding, and love. So Pastor Cal notes their shared positive values and emphasizes that different spiritual paths can coexist. Becca gets emotional about past judgment for her belief. You know, they were damning her to hell, all these people. You guys, this is one thing I really don't like about religion. I'm not going to go on a tirade. I'm just saying I don't like that damning people to hell stuff because you ain't God. Who are you to judge? Leave the judgment for the Lord. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. Pastor Cal observes that they're on a good track. And he says, look, Austin really does care about you. He's comforting you. You know, she was crying about that, you know, hell condemnation thing. And Pastor Cal observes that, you know, they're growing in like and foreseeing love in the future. So, you know, everybody's glad about that. So we're here with Lauren and Orion, and they end the show. And Lauren feels blindsided by Orion's text expressing a desire to divorce. Now they're going to meet up with Dr. Pia. Apparently they need more counseling. One thing I'll say good about this season, the experts are not hiding and ducking and, you know, not being involved. Like for season 12, where were you guys for season 12? Where were you for Paige? You were not there for Paige at all. But the experts, I've seen so many experts chime in. I think Pastor Cal, Dr. Pia, yeah, I've seen them be way more active this season. So yeah, kudos for that. But no kudos for you choosing the wrong men this year. What the hell's wrong with you? What the hell's wrong with you experts? Quote, experts. You know, I'm going to start putting quotes around y'all expert thing. But anyway, back to Lauren. Dr. Pia encourages them to explore opportunities for repair. She thinks that this could be repaired. Lauren questions Orion's commitment. She highlighted his lack of effort to meet up because, you know, he was like, oh, let's meet up and talk it out or whatever. And he got her information where she was free, and she said he never called back. Okay. And this was prior to the divorce discussion. Oh, lying, because he always lying, claims he claims he thought that space could give them a chance to heal. Dr. Pia talks about the potential for missed opportunities. So Lauren says that she's willing to fix things, but Orion's mixed messages confuse her. And they confuse us too, girl. All right. Dr. Pia points out Orion's lack of grace and rigid attitude. She just doesn't understand it. And Orion admits to having zero interest romantically in Lauren. So you're not attracted to her. You never were. You never will be. Is that it? Is that what I'm hearing? Because that's what I'm hearing. All right. So Dr. Pia challenges Orion's need of control and encourages vulnerability. Dr. Pia says there's still a chance to repair this. Despite Lauren's response of being willing to work this out, Orion says, you know what? Nope. I want a divorce. I'm done. All right. Lauren feels robbed of a chance for growth in their marriage. She talks to us in the confessional. She said, we were robbed. All because Orion harbors unforgiveness. Orion, I'm going to need you to work on that. I'm really going to need you to work on that. And have we not forgotten, Orion, that you used a derogatory word for Black people multiple times and Lauren forgave you? And you can't forgive her for a slip up that she was sincerely and genuinely apologetic about. Unfreaking believable. Okay. So before anybody says, oh, he's entitled to feel this way, Lauren, you should have got on that ass about the N-word. That's what you should have done. And in all these shows, because I'm watching the shows as they're happening while I'm way behind. I'm really sorry. I'm working on it. But as I'm way behind, I'm watching the shows, and I have yet for you to bring up the N-word that he said. You just let it go. You know why? Because when Lauren forgives you, she doesn't keep throwing things in your face. Orion acknowledges the potential improvements, but he believes the divorce is for the best. He has no regrets. You don't regret being a flip-flopper? You don't regret having no grace and no mercy and harboring unforgiveness? Orion, you're a real horrible person. And if you want to find somebody in life, I really hope you never find that person. I hope you die alone. I hope they find your body with maggots all over it when you're dead. Okay. I hope they find you not set on fire with gasoline draws. That's a bit far, but I do hope that you die alone. Okay. Until you learn how to be forgiving and loving and caring, because you know what? This thing shows me you have no love in your heart for human beings. I can't see how you have friends and you're unforgiving. I don't get it. Lauren finds the situation frustrating. She is leaving with a sense of, what the F? Yo, I know she was feeling what the F. But anyway, Orion, while recognizing his actions, yeah, right. Orion doesn't take responsibility for any of his actions. I don't think he realizes that he's a flip-flopper. Do flip-floppers know when they're flip-flopping? Child, whatever. He believes that this decision is the best for the both of them. He has the nerve to say, I hope you're okay. I wish you the best in the future. You know what, Orion? I hope you have nails in all of your tires, and I hope when you walk outside, you get a couple splinters in your butthole. Okay, that's what I hope. We are done. All right, guys, that is the end of this recap. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you laughed. I hope you cried. I mean, I don't hope you cried. I just hope you got some comments to give me in that comment section so I can see what you guys think, because I don't want to just post videos and see views. I actually want to know what you guys think about this. But anyway, thank you so much for watching my channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.